How's it going, everybody? It's Dustin here, and in today's video we're going to talk about the government taking our land. So if you've seen it in the clip mail, if you've seen it in the thumbnail, it's not clickbait. The government is literally taking our land, and we'll talk all about it today. But first, there's a tree service cutting wood in town, and I talked to them and they said I can come get some, so we're gonna go look at it, see if it's worth getting, and maybe get some loaded up. So we'll get to all this stuff today, probably some more, so stay tuned. Okay, so we made it down to where the tree service has been working, and looks like we got a decent amount of wood here. It's all cut at totally stupid lengths, but that's all right, we can fix it. Looks like we got a little bit more over here. Yeah. So we got some wood. We're gonna load it up, then we'll take it home, recut it, split it. Saves me from having to go somewhere else. This is like 3 blocks from my house, so. Well, we'll catch back up after I get a load of this picked up, and we'll start talking about today's subject. Well, we got a pretty good jag of wood here. Probably about a cord. The bed's 12 foot long. So, good amount of wood. There's still a ton here left. But, I don't know. Might try and come back later today and get some more. But, got other things I need to move on to right now. And, it's all elm, I believe. I believe it's elm. I don't know if it's not, tell me. So there it is. Got a good amount of wood. The old truck can hold a lot of wood. Sometimes it dumps slow, like today. It's cold and takes a little while, but I haven't found anything that dump won't pick up. That's sensible. I think I've had the most gravel I've ever hauled is about 4 tons. So that wood's probably nowhere near that, but still a good amount of weight. So an update on the firewood we bought at the auction that was real long. So we cut all of it at 16 inches, and I've already sold 1 rick. I need to put a little bit more on this one, and this one is sold. No, I've actually sold 2. This will be 3. The 3rd rick. So a full cord I've already sold off of that. Plus I'm gonna have, there's that rack right there, and by the time I add some more to this one, we'll end up with about 4 rick of wood. I think I paid like $90 for the 4 rick of wood, plus I got 4 racks. So turned out to be a pretty good deal. I'm selling it for $75 a rick, plus all the short pieces, because if you remember, that was all long. So we had like 6 to 8 inch pieces that we cut off, and we've been burning on that for about 3 weeks. Probably might make it through this week on those short pieces. So it's a good deal on that wood. We've got a lot of burn out of it, and 4 ricks sold. So it's $300 in the wood, plus the racks, plus we were able to heat the house for almost a month. So it's a good deal. Firewood's not really something you think about buying at an auction, but usually goes cheap. It's just whether or not you want to deal with it or not. And that day I did, so I got it. Okay, so on to the topic of today's video. So we've got 40 acres here that we had to scratch, claw, and paw to put together. We bought it in 3 different pieces, and took a lot of effort, a lot of perseverance, struggle, but we got it bought. Then 4 years ago, maybe 5, we get a letter from the state saying that because we got highway frontage, about 1/8 of a mile of highway frontage. So if you noticed, when we left where we were picking up wood at, all the power lines, so they're getting ready to start moving the utilities. And I'll show you how that's going to directly affect me right now, here in just a little bit. But so 4 years ago, we get a letter in the mail saying that we're in the path of their progress, and nothing we can do about it. So of course they offer you money, which is, in our case, was a total joke, an absolute joke, because they're taking 3 acres total from me. And I'd say half of that or more is coming directly out of the parking lot for the pumpkin patch. And I have not been able to get that through to them. It's not just a piece of open field, it's a parking lot. I know it's the grass, looks like a field most of the time, but when we're open with the pumpkin patch, that's our parking lot. And we fill it up, especially when you have 3 or 4 schools with a couple school buses each, parents for every kid. It gets full in a hurry, and there is literally nowhere for us to expand. We have tried every possible other direction to expand, and there's nowhere to expand. So of course you hire a lawyer, or we hire an attorney, and as soon as you do that, they pump the brakes, and they just want to stall it and wait you out. And it's literally been 4 or 5 years with nothing. They finally just took it. They're allowed to just take it before they pay you for it. I forget the wording and all that crap. The bottom line is it's their property now, even though they've never paid me for it, or agreed on a price to pay me for it. So, eminent domain is, I get it, sometimes for the greater good, apparently. But when you're on the other end of that greater good, it's pretty annoying. Especially when you've worked so hard to do something, and they want to come and take it and treat you as it's nothing. There's a few other people in town that they're like me, that have waited out, and they're all in situations like I am, where it's a special circumstance. One guy's got like a 150-year-old house, or 100-year-old house, like that was bought out of a Sears catalog, and he's got gorgeous trees and big, massive elms. And they're wanting to put his new property line like 3 feet from his house. And take all his trees out and paying peanuts, absolute peanut, destroy the value of his house. It's just nuts. So don't. You can't say don't try and be on this end of something like that. You never know what's going to happen. And we live on a 2-lane. We don't live. Our property's on a 2-lane highway, and it goes to probably the busiest lake in Oklahoma. If not the busiest, the wealthiest lake in Oklahoma. And that's who's wanting the road widened. And yeah, it's frustrating. That highway brings us a lot of business when we're selling produce and like the fireworks. And usually it's a great thing to be on a highway. But sometimes it's a nightmare. And so now the tree service would. They're here wanting to cut all our trees down to move the utilities. So here in a little bit, I'll go show you what they're taking down. And it's annoying. So we're gonna try and make some lemonade out of lemons. We went and got a free load of wood. That's how we got it though, is that's where it's coming from. That's why they're taking the trees down. So I should get a bunch of wood out of it, but I'd rather have my trees. And you'll see why when I show you where they're going to take them down and how it's going to directly affect my business and my animals. Okay, so we're back inside our property. We're with all the animals, where we have our animal barnyard during the pumpkin patch. So what are they doing right now? So right now they're wanting to relocate the power lines and move them over onto the new property lines. So what that means is all the trees behind me, all the way down, all the way to way back there, are all coming down. So why is that such a big deal to me? So it's winter right now, so there's no leaves obviously, but during the pumpkin patch, all the leaves and all that stuff is all green and growed up, and you can't see the highway that's right there. So when people are here walking around looking at animals and stuff, it doesn't feel like they're right beside the highway, even though they are, but you can't see it. So now all of those trees, and there's more back here behind those, are all coming down, and it's all just going to be wide open to the highway. Really, really annoying. So now we're probably going to have to build a privacy fence all the way down. One, I don't like the animals being completely open. I like the animals being completely open for everyone to see. I don't like everyone knowing what's going on with my animals all the time. I mean, if you got animals, you understand. You don't want people just, especially a highway right here. I don't know. It's probably just something in my head, but I don't like it. And now I've got to move all the animals, so when they do the work, they're not scaring them to death. It's just really, really frustrating to, that's why we put the animals back here, is all the trees, they would have shade. And now they're taking the shade away, they're taking the trees away. I don't know. It's, you always hear people kind of griping about the process of eminent domain, and you just kind of think, oh, the government's paying, they're paying you for it or whatever. But it's a joke. And what's really stupid is like a few houses that they've torn down, the people who rent have made out better than the people who own the property. Like, most of the people who rent, they've been paid to go move somewhere else and had their rent paid for a while and all kinds of stuff. There was a guy who sold portable buildings on the corner. Portable buildings. They paid him $40,000 to relocate his business. And all he did is have portable buildings set up on the corner. He drug them across the street and started selling them there where they weren't going to be messing with. I mean, it's crazy. No common sense involved, which it's the government. What do you expect? So, I don't know. It's a different kind of video today. Just kind of irritated. We haven't heard nothing for like 2 years. And then all of a sudden, 2 days ago, they show up trying to start cutting trees down. And I told them to stop because I needed to talk to my attorney about it. And so tomorrow will be Monday. Tomorrow they'll be back. And they'll start cutting them down. And I will get a lot of firewood. Not the way I wanted it, though. So, if you've ever experienced anything like this, drop me a comment. Let me know how it worked out for you. I don't know. Like I said, we're going on almost 5 years, I think. And really no end in sight as far as me settling with them. They haven't contacted me trying to settle in probably 4 years. They just keep kicking the can down the road. And they do that because they want you to give up and just say, take it, I guess. I don't know. But frustrating. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And like I said, drop me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next video. Quick update. It's the next day. I come back. And they got this behemoth. I wear a size 13 shoe. It's a monster elm. But we're getting some more.